I've got a tassel in mind, and I've got some wired leaves made from flatback pearls. So just a few bits and pieces. So I've got a selection of beads here, bead caps, crystals, some spacers, wing spacers, some nice big bead caps. Just bear with me because I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But first of all, we're going to have a look at doing the flatback. Now, I've got my little non-stick mat and I need some wire. So I've got thin wire because I'm going to back these together. Of course, I've took that off the wrong way. Let me see. There we are. Oh, I can get the damn thing out. Oh, here it is. Got it. So I'm just going to cut enough to do one leaf at the moment. So what? Well, I've got enough to do two, to be honest. Now I want my leaf about 1.5 inches long. So I'm going to twist it. Like that. You need to get that twist in it. And then I want the stem in, of course. But that stem's only going to be as long as I need it. I can cut it down if I'm using it in a project. So, just put that little bit to one side because we're going to make 2 of these. Now, all I have to do... So, I've got that. I'm not sure if you can see that. Right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this section with the pearl. Now, I've chosen a cream pearl here, this one to start with. And I just have to make sure that I pop on the glue onto the wire and just do so much at once, like that. I can spin it around to finish that off. I'm just going gently, you know, slowly, I mean, not gently, but slowly. Just keep adding that onto that leaf. And I'm going to make sure that does what I want it to do. Turn that round a little bit more. I'm going to pull that back and then I'm going to cut it just there. Okay, pull that back. Now, this is... I like doing things like this because it just shows you can do other things for your projects. You find sometimes that your projects get monotonous. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but they're all the same constantly, and you think, oh, I'm doing the same thing every time I make a project. I'm doing the same thing, and you don't have to. That's the problem. Oh, that's the issue. You don't have to do the same things time and time again. Right, so I've got that. Now, I do need to get a little bit of lace. It's just a piece of lace I have. I like the pattern. I'm just going to cut a piece off. And don't forget, you can use any colour that you want. Now, we just peel that back. That's brought some of the paint off, not fussed about that. Then what we do is we lay that on top, glue this, and I'm going to go there just to do that. Ignore that bit of black, that would pull the paint off, so I would normally peel that off and sort that out. But just leave that on there for a moment. I'm going to take the other one. Again, do the same. Do that. Flip that back while I'm waiting. Well, that can come off now. And we'll do the same again. I don't actually want that bit on. And shape it how you want. Let's see if I can lay that flatter. Let me just snip that off. Another glue stick. Take hold of my pearl. Spin that around. I'm going to pull that back a bit. Let's put it back one. And just ease that round. Like that. Just take your time with things like this. You don't need to rush. Take all that glue side off the edge. Like that. And I'm going to snip that. Peel that off. But the best thing about these are, look, you can manipulate the shape because you've got wire on them. So now what I'm going to do is just to pop that on here. Just put it on there like that. I'm going to take my scissors. This was the first one I did. You lift that up and then you carefully snip around. And then I'm just going to use my smaller scissors to get rid of that excess there. But you see, I've made a pearl lace leaf. So we're going to use these in a project. Just pop that up so it's not in the way. Now I've not had to buy that, have I? But I can make it. It's nice when you can make things yourself. Just trim around the edge. And again, you know, you can stretch it. You can pull it in a bit more. But I'm going to stretch mine out. And then my two leaves that I'm going to use. I've got this thin 1/2 inch wide gathered trim, so I'm just going to take my needle and thread and knot in the end and gather this. I just want to make a small flower and then I'm going to use a ribbon to make a slightly bigger one. So just trim that, put that to one side. Okay, and then I'm just going to overlap that on this particular flower. Pull it in, overlap it and stitch it. See, like that. Just snip that one off. Oh, I hope you've been seeing it. So we've got that. So that's a little flower we've made there. And I just need to do a slightly wider lace. I'm going to do a ribbon. Well, because they're cream, I'm going to do a cream flower using the cream ribbon. Just take the ends. I like mine to be shaped because when it's all put together it looks nicer. They just curve at the end. And then I just take my lighter and seal all of that off, so that's not going to fray or anything like that. Again, take my needle and thread, start on the longest end, see, like that. That's the short, that's the long, and we just make a flower with a running stitch. And for those who don't know, yes, it's my birthday today. I turned 63. 63, oh my god. I want to be on the other side of 50. So yeah, it's my birthday today, and I'm going over to my youngest son's, Gary's, this afternoon when he comes in from work. And my grandchildren will be there. So I'm just going to gather those two together and pull that. And just snip it. Move my needle out the way so I don't lose it. See? Perfectly good flower. Finger and thumb in the middle. Finger and thumb in the middle. Just to even it out. So what I'm going to do is just to attach it to here for now while I work out what I'm doing. So I'm just going to put that onto there like that. Flatten that out. Now I'm going to cut this right there and attach this just there. I know it's got that black and I will scoop that black bit out. Here's another one that we've made. I'm going to put that one here. We're going to pop this one in the middle. Like that. And then I'm going to have a look at my, let's see, we need something small. My flower centres. That is beautiful, but do I want that or a pearl? I want to keep the pearl effect going. So I do have some acrylics. Let me see if I can find a flat back pearl. That one, no. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, I've got that. Oh, that looks pretty. Yeah, we'll have that. And we'll pop that one in the middle. Isn't that nice? So let's just see what else I can do, as I do like to play around. Now, I've got some tassels. Let's have a look, see what I've got in the tassels. Do you know what? I love the gold. I want to use the gold or use my handmade. No, I don't want that one. I want pearl. I want to keep the pearl bit going. See, I can use the pearls. No, too much. I think we need a contrast, so therefore I'm going to use a little bit of this tassel. I don't need much. So I'm just going to put that bit away. Now, that'll do. So I'm going to flip this over, secure this bit by flipping that like that, and do the same with that end. Flip that right over like that. I'm just going to peel that off there for the moment. If I do that, where do I want that to be? See, I just love that. So it's going on there regardless. So I'm going to position that where I want it, which is there. And you can see the tassel underneath. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah. Now I'm just going to try and get that black out. Right, okay. Yeah, that's pretty. And then I'm going to put a back on that, of course. So I need a little bit of felt, which I've got here. Try and keep your felt light at the back. So if you cut it into a square and then take the corners off, and we pop that and cover that completely, and then that can become a brooch or whatever it is. Now there's something wrong with this. I'm not liking the pink in the middle at all. So now what I'm going to do is to put this one back in here like that. Spread that around. Just like that, a little cluster. Like that. Pop my button in the centre again. Hey, there you go. Now that all ties in. I think the pink was too much for me personally. Sorry, I hope you've seen that. But yeah. So anyway, that's the flower, and I've made my own little leaves. The flower, I did this and made the little central bit, so that's nice. So I'm just going to move that to one side. Because what I want to do now is I need to make a tassel. I could actually make a tassel to hang off that. What I'm going to use is this. Some, oh, let me just see. Right, hang on. Let me just put those to one side because that's what I'm going to use. And I need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I need to take that off there. They're not easy to cut, some of these chains. But then again, I need to get some new tools. I'm desperate for them. All mine are blunting. But I have had them a long time. I'm just going to do 12. I might not use them all. But they never go to waste because that's the right length to do like a... I can use them to do chains for bags. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to move these to one side. Right, so I've got all the chain on there, and some are longer than the other, but I'll chop them down. So I've got quite a lot of this wire. So what I'm going to do now is to twist. Just twist that together like that. And then that gets threaded through when I've clipped it together. The bead cap. Like that. Now I can open these because it's like a tulip. And pop that in. And then what I do is I just close that back up tightly. So I've got a chained, I don't know, so that I've got a chained embellishment there. And like I say, I can cut those down if I want to. So now what we've got to do is now get all of this threaded on. We need the bead cap first. Now my eyesight's not very good in this light, so it might take me a second or two to... Did I do it? All but for one. Hopefully we can get it all through. I'll be annoyed if not. That's it, we can do it. Put the bead cap on. And then the bead. Then the other bead cap. Then the crystal, the large crystal. Then the gorgeous bead. Oh, yes. The gorgeous bead. This is a glass bead. Then the multicoloured crystal. I don't want the wings on. And then what I have to do is to twist all of that. Let me swap hands. So I'm just going to twist that there like that. Now, what I do is I flatten that to the side, so it's like a corner. And then I flip, oh sorry, use the round nose pliers. And then I flip it back, like that. And while it's like that, then I wrap it around itself if I'm using the wire. If you're using the normal pins like these, you don't need to, you just put the loop in the end. But I'm not doing that with this particular piece. So while that's on, I then need to kind of flatten that in. So I don't want anything sticking out that will hurt somebody. And there you go, you've got your loop on the end. You can flatten them in, that's it. And you've made yourself a tassel. And then all I have to do with those three is to cut the ends off. And I never waste any bits of chain because you never know when you're going to need it. And there you go. I've made a nice tassel that can now hang from anywhere. So I hope that's helpful. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye for now.